Thursday, June 10th, 2025. If you want to get a hold of me, you can over at 208-535-1015. I was trying to see if there was any other tours that got announced today that I missed to add to our concert calendar available to you at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. I saw that From Ashes to New announced a tour with Until I Wake, Not Enough Space, and there was one other band on that lineup that I'm completely forgetting. I got it. Magnolia Park. Yeah, a stacked lineup. You got one of the heaviest bands that's on the up-and-coming, or one of these up-and-comer bands that's, extremely heavy. Until I Wake's great. Magnolia Park is awesome. They just released that new album. And then From Ashes to New, saw them in Salt Lake City last year when they had Point North, Fix, Elijah, and who else was there? Echo as well on that lineup. But yeah, find that show on our concert calendar. They're going to be in Boise October 2nd, the day before Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater in Pocatello. Our concert calendar always available to you at riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. I did talk about it yesterday, how Victor is going to be out and about tomorrow morning right after his morning show. He is going to be at Tag and Go Car Wash on 725 West Broadway. He'll be there alongside Jazz Bear, the mascot for the Utah Jazz. You can score autographs from both if you really wanted that. You can also score a picture with both. I believe the Jazz Bear is doing like some sort of show as you're getting your car washed, something like that. You can also, of course, spin the prize wheel, have your kid enter the chalk art contest to see if your kid can win you a month's worth of free car washes. You know how expensive car washes are. But yeah, go see Victor tomorrow. Tag and Go Car Wash, 725 West Broadway in Idaho Falls. He'll be there from 10 to noon. I'll be back with more Peach's Pit Party here in just a few on K-Bear 101. Peach's Pit Party right here on K-Bear 101. Let's talk about depressing jobs. I may have a depressing life outside of here, like I rarely do anything, but when I'm here, I'm having tons of fun. And I'm here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. There's always something new to do. Always the show that I get to do. Try my best to entertain people, even if they like me or don't. I try my absolute hardest. But yeah, I was reading here about this list of the most depressing jobs in America. I see retail in there, healthcare and social assistance. I'm counting down from like the top 6, I guess. I must have miscounted. I was trying to do the top 5. Retail trade at number 6, healthcare and social assistance at 5, accommodation and food services at 4, arts, entertainment, sports, and media at number 3, food prep and serving at 2, and then community and social services at 1. Why arts, entertainment, sports, and media? Is because the paycheck is so small. You know what they always say in radio? It's a labor of love. You do it because you love it, not because you get paid well or decently. You want to live a decent life? Too bad. You get to have fun on the job. You get to talk into a microphone and people hear you. Yeah, doesn't that sound like fun? Sorry to those people that work in community and social services. Keep the chin up, keep going. K-Bear 101, didn't I ask something similar to Peach Their Own not that long ago? What's a completely normal or minor thing that irrationally gets under your skin, but most people don't seem bothered by it? Multiple sources of noise at once. For example, TV is on and someone also watching videos on their phone in the same room. I can't breathe. That doesn't really bother me all that much. What else is there? Repetitive sounds. For me, it's when someone kind of makes like a type of sound while they're looking at something. I don't know. Bottles rolling around inside a plastic bag while a car is moving. I do hate the fact that if I make like a turn, things move in the back seat and I go, I got too much junk in here, and then I go to the back of my car when I park and then start throwing things out. This person said, unexpected item in bagging area. Starting to lose my temper just typing that. Please wait for assistance. Help is on the way. Yeah, I feel bad for those people that have to work self-checkout, because anytime I get help is on the way, I just glare at them like, please. I wish I could just do this on my own. I enjoy self-checkout. I honestly do. There was a long time there where people were like, I want the cashiers back. I'm like, I don't really want to talk to somebody. And they go, did you find everything okay? Well, if would I just lose my mind if I say no, I didn't? What would they do? What would they say as a response to that? Did you find everything okay? No, I couldn't find the milk. What are they going to do? Anyway, let's move on to another answer here for minor things that shouldn't really bother you. Not shutting off alarms when they go off. Yeah, somebody's car at my building just keeps going off around the same time each day. And it always feels like it takes them a long time to finally get out there, turn it off, The car alarm is the most annoying thing. Dumping liquid in a trash can. I'm guilty of doing something like that, I sometimes half drink my soda from my lunch break, and then I'll be like, you know what, that's enough soda for today, and I'll put the whole cup in the trash can. I think there's been an email sent out about that in the past, like, hey, stop putting liquids in the trash cans, please. One of the biggest workplace inconveniences recently, besides the certain somebody who's now no longer here in the office, that would turn off the light in the bathroom. I've talked about this scenario many times on the show about how like someone would go use the restroom and then that person would go in there after them and turn the light off, which would turn the fan off. I would walk in there after those two and go, oh my God, what is that smell? And yeah, sure enough, the fan just didn't cause the smell to get out of there, Besides that, there was another person that's no longer in this building that one time ate a donut, like a third of a donut, and then put the rest of the donut in the box, back in the break room. Who is going to see 3/4 of a donut and go, you know what? I'll take the rest of that. No, someone literally took a bite out of that donut and then put it back. What an animal. All right, I'm a simple man. I saw this headline, desk job derriere. And so it goes on to say, if the majority of your day is spent sitting and staring at a computer screen, you may not realize it, but you could be suffering from something called atrophy of the gluteal muscle group, or more commonly known as office chair butt. If instead of a round, firm butt that looks like a peach, hey, now wait a minute, you have something that resembles a soft pillow or a melted candle, your office chair could be to blame. I like this. Michael Militia, an occupational therapist at the Cleveland Clinic. I like how they approached this guy specifically about this whole thing. Like, hey, do you know about this common, what's it called? The common thing known as office chair butt? Yeah! A lack of conditioning in your gluteus maximus and surrounding tissue leads to weakness, making it build up fat tissue and appear flatter or saggy. I'm sure a lot of people are going, you know what? I have office chair butt right now. Don't go out looking to buy a new chair. It's not the chair's fault. It's yours, apparently. You're sitting too long. Now I'm going to stand up, okay? Let's do this. Let's bring the mic all the way up here. Experts say office workers need to get up and move around throughout the course of the workday because it's best for the badonkadonk. Now, if I were to all of a sudden start doing squats during the middle of the show, you're going to hear me like, all right, guys, it's Peach's pit party. I don't want office chair butt. I'm on my fifth set of 20. The Colorado Rockies' current record of 12-53 projects to 30 wins and 132 losses, which would smash the modern record set by the Chicago White Sox last season of 121 losses. But it seems like some White Sox fans would prefer that the Rockies don't beat the record so soon. Rockies coach Clint Hurdle told The Athletic, this is rare air. We were in an Uber the other day in Chicago, and the driver had a White Sox hat on. We were having a conversation. He goes, by the way, will you guys start winning some games? Because it took us 60 years to beat the record last year, so people would actually talk about us for a little bit. Clayton Kershaw is one of the greatest pitchers of his generation and will be headed to the Baseball Hall of Fame after he retires, but he still gets miffed when you show one of his playoff letdowns. Before he pitched for the Dodgers in St. Louis on Sunday, the Cardinals ran a video of Matt Adams' go-ahead 3-run home run off Kershaw in Game 4 of the 2014 National League Division Series on a loop. After the game, Kershaw, who pitched 5 innings of 1-run ball, told reporters, I think it's a little Bush League, but I don't expect anything less from these guys. In swimming news, last week, a 16-year-old swimmer named Luka, how do you say this? Mijatovic? Yeah, Luka Mijatovic broke a record set by a legend in his sport, Michael Phelps. Mijatovic didn't just beat the 200-meter freestyle record in his 15-16 age group, but also the 17-18 age group record held by Phelps as well. All the success Mijatovic is enjoying means he'll be the youngest U.S. male swimmer to compete at a world championships since Michael Phelps in 2001, and has everyone looking to see what he'll do in the Los Angeles Summer Olympics in 2028. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. K-Bear 101 with Incubus. Now, by we, I mean Victor is going to be out at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market. I might actually go to the Farmers Market myself this Saturday, just kind of shop around, try to find, I don't know, something something unique to try to make for dinner. I like to spend my weekends trying new things in the kitchen, so might stop by early on in the morning. But Victor is going to be at the farmers market at the Riverbend Media Group booth. He'll be there from around 9 to noon, and then Katie from Z103, she'll be there from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Essentially, both of them will be out there the entire time that it's open on Memorial Drive. Come stroll the market, support over 170 local vendors offering fresh produce, meats, handmade goods, and more. Now, the reason why we're going to be out there is because we're collecting donations for the Snake River Animal Shelter, pet food donations. You can actually click on the Farmers Market link within the K-Bear, Alt, or Cannonball 101 apps to see what exactly the Snake River Animal Shelter needs most. The number one priority I can tell you on the air right here is dry cat food and then dry dog food at second. Cleaning supplies as well. I'll just tell you it right here on the air. Pet toys, leashes and collars, all sizes. These go home with every adopted pet. What not to bring is traditional kitty litter. The shelter does not use it and has specifically asked us to avoid collecting it as a whole. So we appreciate anything that you want to bring by besides, traditional kitty litter. We'll be there, Idaho Falls Farmers Market this Saturday. Go see Victor. Go see Katie Lee from Z103. Give them your pet food donations. It'll go right to the Snake River Animal Shelter. All right, so I saw this, and I've known about this specific baseball card for a very long time. I used to collect baseball cards as a kid, teenager. The T206 Honest Wagner baseball card from between 1909 and 1911. It's pretty much the crown jewel of sports collectibles. There's only 54 known to exist, and one of these cards is currently on the auction block and will be sold when the auction ends on June 21st. It was quickly bid up to more than $3 million. And the sports world is watching because this card can end up being the most expensive card ever. The all-time record is a Mickey Mantle Topps 1952 rookie card, which sold for nearly $13 million 3 years ago in 2022. And I'm just thinking, first of all, who is spending that much money on a baseball card, and what exactly are they going to do with it? Are they going to have it in a nice glass case in the middle of their living room and show off? They're like, hey, I spent so much money, more money than most people make in a lifetime on this card. And it's just this little tiny, because I know the Honest Wagner baseball card is an old tobacco card. So it's smaller even than a baseball card that you would normally see. Are they going to put it on the mantle? I could only imagine, you have kids, you're that rich parent that has kids, and sure enough, your kid goes and takes a look at it, takes it out of the case, draws on it. My dad had a lot of valuable baseball cards from back when he was a teenager, and his friends would put the baseball cards in the spokes of his bicycle wheel, or in the spokes of their bicycle wheels, and they would also draw faces on them, so he could have had a ton of great, profitable baseball cards, but nope. They all got ruined. You know what? I could get behind this. Rich people are ditching the whole fine wine tasting. They're instead going to fine water tasting. You know how there's all these different expensive water brands out there now? Well, a writer for the Times recently went to a fine water competition in Atlanta where 6 judges, or water sommeliers. How do you even say that word? Sommeliers? Forget it. It's SOMMELIERS. Blind taste tested 107 different types of mineral water from around the world. Like wine, they say each type of fine water has a distinct taste depending on where it came from and the mix of minerals it has. Some of them now go for hundreds of dollars a bottle. One of the competition winners this year was melted snow that had been filtered through Peruvian volcanic rock. The judges also taste tested one made of mist gathered from a pine forest in Tasmania. That's the new thing, apparently. I'm for it. I would gladly, have a gathering at my place, just pull out the fancy water. This was made of a mist gathered from a pine forest in Tasmania. Watch everyone leave all at once. Part of me feels bad for people that, let's say get gored by the bison at Yellowstone. But at the same time, you have to know not to get close to wild animals. You're invading on their home and you're trying your best to take a picture with a giant 2,000-pound just animal that doesn't know any better, thinks you're a threat, takes you out. Next thing you know, you're in the hospital just because you wanted a selfie with the fluffy cow. I just watched a video of this one lady who just grabbed a stingray by its tail at one of those, little touch tanks they have at aquariums nationwide. Back when I used to go to the Long Beach Aquarium, they would have touch tanks there, and it would say everywhere on signs all around, 2 fingers, you pet it on top of it, and that's it. You pet it on top of the head, top of the body, that's it. You don't grab it by its tail. And this lady, I think, almost pulled it out of the water before the guy was like, hey, knock it off, or you're out of here, type thing. Can't be dumb with any type of animal, really. What wasn't there like whales in the news not that long ago that were just like tipping over boats and stuff? Whales are cool, but they're also terrifying at the same time. I have gone whale watching once. It is pretty scary to go out into the open water, just shut the engine off and hear nothing, and then you just hear the faint breach of a whale, and you just see the tail. The tail's huge. I mean, whales are massive. You don't really realize how big whales are until you see one in person, especially if it's a blue whale. It's crazy how big those animals are. I've mentioned it on the show a bunch of times that I listen to other radio shows countrywide, trying to hear how they deliver breaks and stuff. I'm a radio nerd, so I always like to listen to other shows just to see what they're up to. Usually it's the same old stuff. They're doing some dumb giveaway for like the iHeartRadio Music Festival or something like that, Well, this one particular radio show that Victor and I have made fun of in the past called Valentine in the Morning, my friend John, I don't know why I said Josh, my friend John is the co-host of that radio show. I had him on my Talking Between the Songs podcast where I interview radio hosts, but I was listening to a little part of their show and I saw they were doing some type of giveaway for this thing called a Labubu, and I have no idea what this thing even is. And apparently listeners were all for it. They had 7 to 8 figures right there on the counter. I saw the reel on social media after I listened to it. Just because I was like, what the heck is a Labubu? Apparently it's a brand of collectible plush toy monster elves created by Hong Kong designer Cassine Lun and marketed by and sold exclusively at China-based retailer Pop Mart. Labubu is also the name of the main character in the series, so it's some type of show as well. It looks like just a bunny person, like a person wearing a bunny costume type of thing. But this is what radio stations are giving away. Want to win a Labubu? I mean, maybe I could talk to Victor, be like, hey, should we give away, if these things are popular enough, should we give away these? K-Bear wants to give away a Labubu. Just sounds like I do like the name of it. It's silly. It's fun. Well, a 23-year-old man, John Charles Robinson of Monroe, Michigan, showed up late to the airport in Detroit, missed his flight to Los Angeles instead of rebooking quietly. He allegedly called Spirit Airlines from his cell phone and claimed someone was planning to blow up the flight. According to the FBI, Robinson told the airline there's going to be someone who's going to try to blow up that flight. They're going to be carrying a bomb through TSA. The call triggered an immediate emergency response, as it should. The flight was canceled, the plane was evacuated, and the bomb-sniffing dogs were brought in to do a sweep of the plane. No explosives were found. I would be so beyond mad, so beyond infuriated if I was on that flight and then I look at the news, I look at the radio prep, and I see this story pop up. Investigators later discovered Robinson had been booked on that flight but missed it and suspected he may have phoned in the threat. He was arrested when he returned to the airport later that day to catch a different flight. He probably thought he was off the hook, just showed up and was like, oh, I wonder what the cops are doing here. Why the cops are here? And sure enough, boom, arrested. When confronted with a recording of the call, officials say he admitted to making it. Yeah, well, now he faces a felony charge of making a false bomb threat. Genius of the Day material, by the way, which, by the way, you can hear that weekday morning, 6:45 on the Victor Wilt Show. K-Bear 101 this Saturday. Victor is going to be at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market. He'll be there from 9 to around noon? 9 to noon, and then Katie will be there from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. We'll have the Riverbend Media Group booth all set up there the entire time that the Idaho Falls Farmers Market is open this Saturday. Right there on Memorial Drive. We're going to be collecting pet food donations Just if you want to know what exactly is a high priority for the Snake River Animal Shelter, click on Farmers Market, the link right there on the K-Bear, Alt, or Cannonball 101 apps. It'll give you a list of what exactly the Snake River Animal Shelter needs. What they don't need is traditional kitty litter. They do not need that, okay? So if you want to stop by the Riverbend Media Group booth this Saturday, 9 to 2, Victor and Katie Lee from Z103 will both be there collecting those pet food donations. And make sure to go check out all the other local stands, all the other places selling, homemade crafts, meat, fruit, all the good stuff. I'll be there. I'll probably shop a little bit and then go see how Victor and Katie are doing. And then, just get up and dip because I just want to shop. I don't want to stand there all day. That's what Victor's going to do this week. I did it last time. Victor's going to do it this time. Go see him. Sleep Theory on K-Bear 101. Keep an eye on our YouTube channel at K-Bear 101 RMG. I'm just waiting on the Maddie Kid to finally get that video interview to me of when I interviewed Sleep Theory and Never Tell right here in the building. They stopped by as part of their Afterglow tour. They were in Spokane, and then we're driving down to Salt Lake. They were coming through the area, so why not make a stop at the K-Bear studio, Talked with both bands about, for the most part, video games and I think other little things here and there, but we just talked about what they like to play on the road, that type of thing. So it was a fun conversation, more so unique. Getting to know what video games they play, things like that. It'll be up on our YouTube channel at some point. I'm just blaming Maddie for not getting the interview to me right away. Right away. High priority. I'm just kidding. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't done so already. K-Bear 101 RMG. Today, I'm just struggling to find a to each their own question, one that's fun, one that could generate a lot of answers. I did see this one talking about what's like the first game that scared you. Maybe I could change this to where it's like, what's the first anything that truly scared you? Maybe. I'm trying to think of something. I'll come back here in just a few with the official to peach their own question of the afternoon. Once I ask it, just call in at 208-535-1015 and give me your best answer. All right, here we go. A to peach their own question. I think that would generate a lot of good answers for this one. What's a concert that you regret not going to? I'm trying to think of one that immediately comes to my mind. Maybe Sleep Token over in Boise. Maybe Sleep Token in Salt Lake a couple years ago. What was that, 2023? 2 years ago? Okay, I asked this question on the K-Bear Facebook group, and someone just said Linkin Park. No specific date, nothing, just Linkin Park. All right? I regret not seeing Linkin Park, too. Because it would have been so cool to see Chester Bennington live. Unfortunately, that's no longer the case. Same with Typo Negative. I mean, what's a specific concert you regret not going to? Let me know for to peach their own. 208-535-1015. What's a concert you regret not going to?
And I can't remember it off the top of my head. There was one way in the way back. I regret not going to the SevenDust concert at the Newberry. It was like 20 years ago here in Coachella, and I guess it was so legendary that they just tore the place down.
Oh, that'd be awesome. They were cool to see. Like I talked about previously, was it yesterday with that one listener where we were talking about SevenDust, and they did a really good job opening up for Disturbed. I thought they were awesome.
Yeah, they played here a few times, like in the waybacks, when we had 200 people clubs.
Yeah.
They're playing in. There's a few of those shows that I missed that I should have gone to.
Those are the best shows. There's nothing. The arena shows are cool, but the best ones are those little tiny rooms. That's why I love the Urban Lounge in Salt Lake City so much.
Right.
Just a fun time, and yeah, hopefully there's I don't even know when my next concert's going to be to go to. I mean, there's so many concerts that I miss out on just because of finances or
timing, finances.
Mostly timing just because it's like during the week and I got to request the next day off and take PTO and yeah.
Right, as you get older, it's like, I got to get up early. I don't know if it's worth it.
Right. By the way, everyone should check out the concert calendar, riverbendmediagroup.com/calendar. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
How you doing, Peaches?
Oh, just trying to get through the last part of this show. How about you?
Trying to get through the day.
That's right. It's only Tuesday, too.
I know. I'm already ready for the weekend and a nice long sleep.
Same here. Were you going to answer today's To Peach Their Own question?
Yeah.
What?
It's probably going to be an unpopular one, but I wish I could have gotten my family to stay for the rest of Rockzilla.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that ended up being the most fun I have ever had at a concert, just to see both bands in the rain. Not to rub it in. Okay, I'll give myself the "oh, good for you." Where's it at? Where's the?
Oh, good for you.
For you.
No, it was fun seeing both those bands, even without Hollywood Undead and Bad Wolves. Like, just seeing Fall in Reverse in the rain like that. That's like even with like how bad the whole thing was, the buildup of it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's a lifetime story you can just tell years later. Like, oh yeah, like I waited so many hours for 2 bands to play out of the total 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I was like, we could get food here. We just need to be patient, guys. Just be patient. No, we're going home. I'm like, okay, I'm outvoted. I'm the one with the broken foot, so I don't get much say.
And now you're like, look. Look what happened. Ended up being a fun time. It's all your fault. You can just resent that for the rest of your life. Just make sure, remind them about it every year.
I probably should, but my husband just paid for putting my own room on the bottom of the house, so I gotta be a little bit nice to him.
Okay. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.